about you, but I love the time around New Year's. Give me any excuse to spend hours planning, setting goals, and resetting, and I'll take it every time. In today's video, I'm taking you along for a typical workday in my life with a special focus on the habits and routines I'm using to work on the goals I set for 2024. Let's get started. Happy Monday. For all of you, if that's something that you like, 'cause mine's been stuck on you. Tell me what I should do forever, long enough when I set my goals for 2024, I knew I didn't want to have some huge total 180 in any area. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my life and the systems I've set up to live more intentionally. I think that's why the idea of stop, continue, start really resonated with me. I heard this when listening to a Mel Robbins podcast. I'll link it below. I thought about the habits I want to stop in my life. For me, this is mostly negative mindsets and time spent mindlessly consuming media. The things I want to continue, like my morning routine, meal prepping, and working out. And this left enough space to purposely pick things that I want to start this year.
Keep exploring new music and artists.
Hi friends, welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. I hope you are all having a wonderful start to 2024. I know it's already a couple weeks into the year. Well, this is the second week of the year when I'm filming this. But setting new goals and habits and behavior change is not confined to January 1st. So in today's workday vlog, I kind of wanted to highlight my own New Year goals, habits I'm setting up, and how I'm trying to not fail at them this time. It's a Monday morning, it's 5:45. I work 7 to 4 shift again. I kind of switched that around a lot last year, trying some different things out. I worked like 9 to 6, 7:30 to 4:30, and now 7 to 4. We have a bit of a commute to work, so we have to leave at 6:10 because it's also thunderstorming outside right now. I used to always hate straight hair on me, but I have been feeling it lately. So that's nice because it's way easier than curling it. I think I actually have some extra time. So let's go look over my goals for 2024. Okay, we literally have 8 minutes and then I need to finish getting my lunch ready. This year I'm using a bullet journal. I feel like I go back and forth between using a bullet journal and using Notion, which is essentially like an online virtual bullet journal. But one of the things I'm focusing on is just like slowing down and enjoying hobbies. And so bullet journaling helps me do that because I actually get to sit there and doodle and make things look cute. And I got a bunch of supplies and like stencils and stuff for Christmas. And it's just been so much fun. So on my first page, I have my 2024 goals. So I set goals in 4 categories: health, finances, personal, and career. And most of these are continue goals. So they're things I've already established, I'm already doing. I don't need to like make huge changes in those areas, which is so important because it's really hard to change everything about your life all at once. And if you're happy with things, you don't need to change just for the sake of change. I think sometimes I get excited about change in and of itself, and then I'll try to change things and it doesn't stick because it didn't have a good why behind it. For health, I just have stay consistent with lifting. I work out 5 to 6 days a week. Usually lifting weights 4 days, sometimes 5, and then like a couple cardio days. I don't do anything crazy. I'm just consistent and focused with it. And I've seen like huge changes in the last year in my physique. And it feels like I cheated because I'm like, I'm not working any harder than I was 5 years ago. Like if anything, I worked really hard 5 years ago. And now it's just like the compound interest on those changes is showing. So that's cool. And I just want to stay consistent with that because it makes me happy. It's the highlight of my day. I didn't write this one down, but also just eating healthy, meal prepping. But that's such an integral part of my life now that I didn't write it as a goal because it's just what I do. Finances. This one is also continue because we started this last year, but we're trying to save a big chunk of money because we're working on moving closer to work. So we have less of a commute and it's more of an area that we want to really like plant in, like set roots down, raise a family there. And another one that is continue but like really lean into is having fewer purchases but of higher quality. That kind of also goes into one of my personal goals, which is to use a capsule wardrobe all year long. I'm using the rules from the Project 333 and I'm loving it so far. It's simplified my life and I feel way more put together. Those are 2 goals, kind of one. Works for finances as well. Another personal goal, which is a start, is having 1 date night per month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when we get so busy, we forget to plan these intentional date nights. And me and Jackson spend so much time together. We love being together. We work together, so we are together every single day. We're going to switch off planning one intentional date night a month, and I think that'll just be a good thing to look forward to every month. And then the biggest/hardest one is my career goal, which is to learn Python. I put and Selenium, but that's like a tool that uses the Python language. So really learning Python, which is a coding language, is the biggest part of that. I'll talk about this more while I'm at work, but I kind of tried this last year, kind of failed at it. Not really failed because I did learn some stuff, but we'll go into depth. Anyway, those are my goals. Next page, I think it's so cute. This is definitely stolen from Pinterest. It's just a little reading log. As I read a book, I will fill in that little bookshelf with color, and then I'm going to write down the book, whether it was audio or actual reading book, and then like my rating of it. I put 24 books on that little shelf because I'd love to read that many. I didn't set that as like a hard and fast goal because books are different sizes, so they take different amounts of times to read. Those are my biggest goals for 2024, and we'll talk a lot more in depth about them soon. The hardest thing about reaching new goals is that they require behavior change, which is essentially rewiring your brain to crave the new behavior instead of what it is currently programmed to crave. That means to get started and really make it stick, we need to be strategic. The book Atomic Habits goes into this really in depth, and I can't recommend it enough if you're trying to change your behavior in some way. I think the hardest goal I set for myself this year is to become proficient at Python programming. I set this goal last year, and while it wasn't a complete failure because I did learn some of the basics, I didn't reach the point I was hoping to. Here are some of the mistakes I made setting this goal last year and what I'm doing differently this year. Mistake number 1. There was no fully defined endpoint. I knew I wanted to learn Python, but I didn't really know what that would even look like. I had no concept of how long this might take or what checkpoints or milestones to set up. Because of this, the goal kind of felt impossible when I started hitting roadblocks or things got difficult and I wasn't grasping the concepts quickly. Mistake number 2. I had no rewards or backup plans set up. Because achieving this goal started getting hard, I got discouraged fairly quickly. This is normal and to be expected when reaching for a big goal or learning something new, but the problem was I didn't build in any reward systems or backup plans for when these hard times got even harder, so feeling tired and discouraged, I gave up. During tonight's study session, I'll explain exactly what I'm doing differently this time to be more successful this year. Hello, I'm home from work. It's 4:47. The main thing that I need to do tonight is work on my Python course that I'm taking. I'll tell you a lot more details about that when we get started. But my brain is really tired. I'm the sink. But my brain is tired from work, so I'm going to take some time to do the dishes and kind of tidy up around the house. And I'm going to habit stack with that and listen to an audiobook. I'm listening to Outlive by Peter Attia, and I'm 50% done. It has a lot of dense science chapters, which is great, but I'm getting to the more applicable strategies and tactics and stuff. So I'm really enjoying it now. So I'm going to put my headphones on, do the dishes, get everything ready for tomorrow, and then we're going to focus on learning some Python.
You know I'm almost down, it's like through the night. I can just can't get back you and you and I. Wrap me around your finger like a band.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. This is why it's hard to stick to behavior change, because what I'm craving right now is to sit on the couch, watch my next episode of The Real Housewives, Beverly Hills. But I'm gonna feel so much better tomorrow if I log on and do this day's amount of Python. Last year when I tried to learn Python, I didn't really have any external rewards or motivation built in other than just knowing that I wanted to do it. When it gets hard, when you're tired after work, that's not enough. So this time I'm giving myself little rewards along the way. Last week was my first week that I started learning, and my reward for that was to go buy a pair of pants that I've been wanting to buy. But I don't want to do like big rewards every single time because I don't want to just be buying a whole bunch of stuff. So this week, let me show you my little reward. This week I got a cute little drink that I'm gonna have when I'm studying, working on Python. It's a kombucha and it is really, really good. It also has no added sugar, which is uncommon for kombucha. I really like these. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Maybe I will someday, but I haven't in, I think like 6 months. I just feel like I'm over alcohol. But these make me feel like I'm kind of having a cocktail. This is my little reward for the day. I got one for each day that I'm working on Python this week. And yeah, just make it, you know, romanticize your life, make the hard things a little more fun. It's 5:15. Let's go learn some more Python.
Whenever you lie, in a hoodie or a suit and tie, I'll give you all of me for all of you if that's something that you like. 'Cause mine's been stuck on you. Tell me what I should do.
Is this way too dark? I don't know what it is, but I hate working with my overhead light on. So I try to set the vibe in here. I turn off the overhead light, light a candle, turn on my lamp, and I open the blinds so that there's some light from outside while it's still not super dark. I think this lighting's okay. I'm sorry if you hate this. It's not cozy with the overhead light on. And I need this to be cozy. Okay, so I have everything set up. I have the Udemy course over on my big monitor, and then I have Replit pulled up on my smaller monitor, which is the cloud-based website that I'm currently using to do the code and the little projects. I think it's like on day 15. Yeah, on day 15, I'm gonna actually get one of the like local dev environments set up, but this class takes you from very, very beginner, never coded before, all the way through 100 days. So I really appreciate that about it. It's made it feel much more possible for me to learn this. It really does make a difference. I was super tired on the way home, but having this little routine of like getting this kombucha, lighting a candle, getting all set up, I feel excited. Another reason I kind of failed this goal last year was I didn't have a solid plan or even a solid finish line in mind. I knew I wanted to learn Python, but I didn't know what that actually meant or looked like. And the structure of this course is so helpful for that because I don't have to go in here and think about how much I should do for the day. It's split up by days, so I'm just gonna go in there, do day 3, and there's no like questioning or procrastinating it. So if you can find a structure like this or create a structure like this for yourself with whatever goal it is, literally just the more you can plan out ahead of time to make it where you just execute when it comes time, the better. Like the fewer decisions to make, the more likely you're gonna actually follow through. Let's jump into section 3, day 3, beginner, control flow, and logical operators.
Been stuck on you like it's still the honeymoon. With you by my side, I'll never lose. I'm just a little bit smitten. You've been tripping through my mind all day. Been thinking about those brown eyes, got me smiling, picturing your face.
Okay, hey, it's been a while. I'm gonna save the 2 sections I have left for the next time because I need to keep this sustainable. I don't just want to spend hours in here and then wake up tomorrow already feeling exhausted and tired and over it. So I did quite a bit. I think I was been in here for an hour and a half. So that's plenty for work night. The way I'm structuring this goal and the habit I'm trying to build is to work on this 4 times a week. I don't necessarily need to finish each day section in a day because some of them might go faster, some of them might just take longer. It's just more important that I'm consistent and do it. And then if I get like 5 or 6 days in a week, that's awesome, but 4 is my like hard minimum. Okay, I'm so glad that this day is coming to an end. It's a Monday night, so I'm tired. If you have any goals that you're working towards this year, let me know. I'd love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time.